What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raise. We've discussed the film After several times in the past, but the franchise continues to pump out new teasers and announcements that continually catch us off guard and leave us begging for more. We've also mentioned how After has become an incredibly popular and profitable film for the production studio, even being considered the greatest and highest-grossing romantic film of 2019. The film's plot has set a new standard for romantic dramas, and is certainly one of the highest-quality romantic films to have been released in the last decade. While the series hasn't been highly acclaimed by critics, much like the Twilight series from many years ago, After has developed a cult following of fans who cannot get enough of their new favorite characters. The original plot for the first film was heavily based on a book written by Anna Todd, which featured many of her fan fiction stories between herself and Harry Styles of the band One Direction. The new film, titled After We Collided, aims to continue the story but elaborate on it greatly. We can expect a lot from this film, and if the trailer is any indication, fans certainly will not be disappointed with the latest installment of this series. Tessa and Hardin continue their love affair in this film, which is set to be released later this year. Filming concluded sometime in September of 2019, and since then the production company has been hard at work editing the film for an early 2020 release date. We have previously discussed the 10-second teaser that was released about a week ago, but today we finally have a full-length trailer to discuss. Voltage Pictures uploaded the new trailer to their YouTube account, and fans have been raving. The trailer has already gathered more than 15,000 views and over 2,000 comments from viewers who are anxious to see more. This trailer truly showcases how incredible these actors are together, particularly demonstrating Josephine's skills as an actress. The trailer begins with Hardin banging on Tessa's door, shouting for her to open it. We then get our first glimpse of Dylan Sprouse as Trevor as the camera pans over. Trevor asks, "Is that Hardin Scott?" as Hardin can be heard shouting in the background. It is a bit unclear what exactly Trevor is doing in Tessa's apartment, but he appears to have been nude and hiding in her bathroom. We can only imagine the fear, anger, and resentment that Hardin must have felt as he eventually makes his way into Tessa's room, kicking open the bathroom door to reveal Trevor standing in his boxers with his pants in his hands. He looks up to greet Hardin with the look of a deer in the headlights. We are then shown several scenes of Hardin and Tessa going at it like animals, including the scene mentioned in our previous coverage of the original 10-second trailer. A lot happens in this brief clip as we are given a clear view of Tessa, who is sitting on top of Hardin in an empty-looking apartment. She has a provocative look on her face as she looks toward Hardin and places her hands on his cheeks. She pulls his gaze upward and speaks to him in a pleading tone. She says, "Hardin, you have two options here." Hardin stares into Tessa's eyes, clinging to her every word. Tessa continues saying, "Either me or you leave. You decide." The words barely exit her lips before Hardin springs up in more ways than one, tackling Tessa. The scene ends and numerous scenes are then showcased one after another, depicting the relentless love the two share. Text appears on the screen, ensuring the audience that this film will be much more sexual than its predecessor, making us wonder how this film wasn't given an R rating, or worse. In a dramatic turn of events, we are shown a scene of Tessa and Hardin in a heated argument, with Tessa stating that Hardin has unimaginably hurt her. She says that she doesn't feel as though she could ever forgive him, with Hardin appearing to be a bit confused. They allude to the fact that they had a rather sensual evening, with Hardin asking, "So last night meant nothing?" Tessa says that she wasn't fully aware of what she was doing, and we are shown yet another scene of Tessa with another man. It's truly heartbreaking to see her in the arms of anyone other than Hardin. The two are so obviously perfect for one another, but it seems that fate has different plans. We are then taken to what is arguably the most intense and memorable moment of the entire trailer. Tessa and Hardin are seen in the hallway just outside of Tessa's doorway. Hardin begins to shout, stating that the Tessa he knew would never kiss a stranger at a bar. Tessa turns around, looks at Hardin with an incredibly hurt expression, screaming, "There is no your Tessa anymore." We can only imagine what the neighbors must have been thinking as this argument proceeded. Scenes like this are difficult to watch, but Josephine and Hero show laid down some incredible performances. The scenes between the two of them are captivating and utterly beautiful from an artistic standpoint. The actors can effortlessly capture out attention and truly immerse the viewer into the scene without making it feel forced or ingenuine, as is common with many other romantic films. More text appears on the screen, teasing that this film will be much more dramatic than the previous installment, stating, "This time, their love will continue to be tested." Tessa is then seen in a bathtub with someone asking, "What happened between you two?" Tessa is very obviously hurting and regretful about whatever events transpired, and she seems to be willing to go to any length to make things right. The scene shifts once again, now recalling a time in which Tessa told Hardin that she would never leave him. We see several other short clips from the film with a conclusion slide stating, "In theaters 2020. This trailer has certainly been a lot to take in, and we don't blame you if you go back and watch it several times. We certainly did. Comments about the film have been overwhelmingly positive, with many fans making simple statements like one viewer who simply said, "This is so hot." Others have found themselves more deeply involved with the story, with one commenter stating that she couldn't stop re-watching the hallway scene in which Tessa appears to be breaking up with Hardin. This trailer was by far one of the best Valentine's gifts we could have asked for, and we can't wait to see what else Voltage Pictures plans to reveal before the film's official release date. According to several statements by the actors, production team, and the writers, this film is intended to stick much more closely to the plot of the book, rather than taking so much creative liberty with it as they did in the original film. Anna Todd is serving as the writer for this new film, and considering she's the author of the series as well, it stands to reason that she will likely ensure that the film stays as close to her original vision as possible. Anna Todd even shared a photo on Twitter that included details about the film. Her photo showed her original book, titled After We Collided, sitting with a stack of papers. A closer look shows that the papers are the script for the After We Collided film. Unlike the original film, Anna Todd is credited as the lead writer, with Mario Salea also being credited for his writing and production efforts. It was also revealed that the script for the new film has been completed since April of last year. This is a bit shocking because this means the script was completed within just 12 days of the original film premiering at theaters across the country. Voltage Pictures is certainly investing a lot into these films, and they are expecting a lot in return, seeing that they requested a script for a sequel before the original film even made its way to theaters. We can't say for sure when After We Collided will be released. The original film began production in July of 2018 and was released in April the following year. Similarly, production for After We Collided began in mid-2019, so it would make sense that we could expect a spring release date for this film as well. However, Voltage Pictures is making every effort to go above and beyond the original film, so they will likely need quite a bit more time for editing and reshoots. We don't want to rush perfection, but it is getting more and more difficult to wait for the film's official release date. Come on, Voltage, just give us the film already. Since the announcement of the film, several new cast members have made their way onto the roster, including the critically acclaimed Dylan Sprouse, who we all know and love from his work as a childhood actor and more recent efforts with Riverdale and 5 Feet Apart. Other big-name actors have been billed as well, including Rob Estes, Candace King, and Charlie Weber, just to name a few. A lot of money has been invested in the film, and it is adding up to be the sequel we all dreamed of. All in all, we are just excited to see Josephine and Hero back in their roles as Tessa and Hardin. As far as we are concerned, their love story could go on forever, and we would love watching every minute of it. Considering that Anna Todd has released at least 4 books in the After series, we will likely have several more films after this one, and we couldn't be more excited. All of Anna's original works for the series were available for free on Wattpad, but now it seems as though she has teamed up with a publishing company and made the books available for purchase nationwide. Until the film is released, we suppose this will be the best way to fill our appetites for more Tessa and Hardin goodness. Anna's books have not been well received in recent years, regardless of the popularity of the film series. But the story of Tessa and Hardin is one that will certainly rival that of other popular romance series for many years to come. We can't wait to see what's next for the series. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to the minute on all things movies, television, and pop culture. That wraps it up for this edition of Movie Rays. See you next time.